Hello there, gentle people. Happy New Year. It is January 1st, and usually I do an end of year video to kind of show you all the different journals that I use for that particular year. And I actually can't even remember if I did that already. I think I might have. But anyway, it was a bunch of different journals because I just had a bunch of different things going on. But anywho, I am going to share with you today the two that I'm starting this year off with. So this one is a moleskin, right? And I saved this so I could show it to you. It's a 2-go notebook. So one side is just regular blank and then the other side is lined. It is 4.5 by 7 inches, 11.5 by 18 centimeters, and it has 144 pages. So I know that this one is not going to last me for a very long time because I actually used another one toward the end of the year. Normally, this is the kind of journal that I do my bullet journaling in. It's a lowish term. But I've been doing this bullet journal thing, and every year something changes. And I love that because that's the flexibility of the system. So I've gone through so many different iterations of how I use the different journals. What I've come to realize though is I just prefer to keep the weekly stuff pretty simple. So I've decided to keep just the daily, weekly, things to do, general stuff to take care of in the smaller one. And just if I have any random notes related to the stuff that I need to take care of on a day-to-day, weekly, monthly basis in here. The stuff that I have in this particular journal, normally I have these different journals for the different things that I'm studying, the different things that I'm interested in, and I decided to try to combine everything this year. So I started off a little while back with this particular journal, where this one is kind of mostly my tarot journal, and I just have tarot related stuff in here, but I decided to combine more of the lunar stuff and the tarot and the esoteric things that I'm interested in are in this one. So let me go through this one first. And I haven't really put anything in here yet because I just finished them up today. So I just have this little picture that I printed of Isis, which is, I'm coming through with some Isis energy in 2019. And I have another picture here that I absolutely love, and I think I'm trying to remember the name of the artist. I think she's in Hawaii, and it was after a woman who did an ayahuasca session told her what her experience was. She painted this. That's the story. I don't know if it's accurate because I've been having a hard time finding the original source online, but I love the image, so I printed it. This was a page that I completely messed up, so if you notice, the 31 is like all the way down here, and I have that little thing right there that annoys me. So I totally need to clean up this page and do something completely different with it. So I started over, and I have a future log here, and I know this journal isn't going to take me past March, which is the first quarter, because I like to split my journals up in quarters. So these are the things that areas I need to put, things that I need to take care of for this first quarter, and then the other 3 for the rest of the year. No, what am I saying? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then anything for 2020. And then for January 2019, so any important dates or stuff get highlighted right here. I put them across on the line. And this I had just cut out from an old calendar, like it was, how they usually have the new month on the last month. Then any goals for January are going to go here. And this is the weekly spread that has been working for me for the better part of, most of last year. So I can see everything on 2 pages, the days of the week, and then priority. People have gotten priorities so twisted. Priority is one thing, people. It's not priorities. Is like it don't even make sense. What is the most important thing? The most crucial thing I need to take care of for this week is going to go here. All of the other little random to-dos go here. And I've been doing like a line, just one line every day for gratitude. What worked, what didn't work, just in terms of insight and reflection into this particular week. And normally, right, normally I would leave this page, these two pages like this, and I start putting a bunch of notes, and then the other week comes somewhere along the line. But I write so much notes. That's why I've decided to kind of compartmentalize stuff, because my bullet journals get kind of out of control. So I like to be able to skip to the weeks and the days and see them easily and quickly. So that's why I've started like lining up all the pages at a week at a time. So it's pretty much the same thing. And if you see, even from here to here, I have what worked, what didn't. Then I was like, I think I like what needs improvement. I think I like the way that sounds better. So I pretty much did that for all the weeks in January. Okay, and that's it. That is it. And this page right here is, you know, like I said, if I need to take any notes or write anything pertaining, but this is just a regular daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly stuff, you know, just a very practical to do, down to earth everyday stuff. And that's what's going to be here. Now let's get into the juicy stuff. I did a video about this Stalogy journal a little while back, so if you haven't checked it out, definitely do, where I give a little bit more description about, you know, the size and pages, and it was a pen test, that was it. So I explained a little bit more in that video. This one here, this is the stuff that I have pretty much kept to myself. And just towards the end of the year, I'm like, you know what, this is very much a part of who I am too. So I'm going to be more open about this particular part of my life. So this has to do with the tarot and the very esoteric stuff that I'm interested in. And I have again another picture of Isis here. So I have one here again, and that's another picture of Isis from Egypt. And these are some actual, you know, plate stones from Egypt. So I just basically cut them out and pasted them here. And I usually pick a word every year, like that's my major word for the year. So the word that I chose for this year is goddess for 2019. And then when I think of the goddess, I think of the divine feminine. And as it relates to any kind of tarot cards, it's the high priestess and the empress for me. But I love this picture so much, it don't even make sense. And then I just have a linear calendar here, and I'm going to look for another one to put here that kind of has them more laid out across, like January, February, March, April, May, June, like that. But the linear calendar I got from Boho Berry. If you join her newsletter, you get access to her resource library. So I have the index in here. The one thing about the Stalogy is that unlike the Deutsche term, it doesn't have page numbers, so that's kind of annoying. If it had page numbers, it would be so on point, but I'm just going to have to put the page numbers in. And I suck with using the index. Every time I say I'm going to make an effort, it just never works, but I'm going to keep trying. So I reserved the first 4 pages for my index, and first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter goals. I've been planning out my years like that for a very long time. And future log, right? So this is from the bullet journal. January, February, March, April, May, June. And if you notice, I have a future log in the smaller one too, so some of the things might be in both places, but this has to do more with the spirituality and personal growth and development stuff, is where I'm gonna put this stuff. All right, so that's the future log. To create, sometimes you might see them as 10 life goals or something like that, but these are like the 10 I usually put in my bullet journal at the beginning of the year. It's like, what do I want to create in these different areas for 2019? So spirituality, health and fitness, personal growth, finances, wealth, service contribution, fun recreation, family and friends, physical environment, love/relationship, career, business. And they're not in any order of importance, but again, it's like, what do I want to create or co-create in these areas for 2019? I have a life balance wheel that I've used this one a couple times now. This particular image I got from Lavender, who is here on YouTube. She's a graphic designer, and she has a really nice intuition journal, but she also has some free resources on her site as well. So this is a life balance wheel, so then you kind of color in where you are now, right? And what are the areas I've channeled my energy into? What do I need to balance in these areas? Then, you write a little journal entry here. The B do have, I got this from Wayne Dyer, and if you've ever watched any of my bullet journal videos, I always have the be do have section in here. What do I want to be? Like, what qualities do I want to have, right? Or what qualities do I have? Then next comes, what do I want to do? And then, what are the things that I want to have? And a lot of people, I've talked about this before, to think that, you need to have certain things, like these material, physical things, in order to be able to be a kind of person and do a certain type of thing. But it's very twisted. It's like, what is a person, or who is a person you want to be? Like, what are those qualities? Do you want to be peaceful? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be joyful? Do you want to be loving? Like, you put the qualities that you want to display as a part of your authentic self, and then the do and the have. The haves will fall into place eventually, right? So 19 things in 2019. This was an idea that I got from Boho Berry too, and I think, like, I've been doing this since 2016. So back then it was 16 things in 2016, and then now we're in 2019. So what are 19 things that I want to accomplish this year? And then here is a moon phases calendar. This one is from Boho Berry, and it corresponds with, hold on, let me grab it here so I can show you. It corresponds with this book, Lunar Abundance by Ezzy Spencer, right? So that's a good book. But Ezzy Spencer has a lot of resources on our website too, so you can print this stuff off. This one is from Boho Berry. This one is from Ezzy Spencer's site. So it just has like the different moon phases and, like different affirmations that you can use during those moon phases. Then I have a birth chart that I got from Zendout, and this is the thing, people, if you notice, I am perfectly capable of using pencil and markers and all of that stuff, and putting all of that in here. If somebody has done the work for me, I don't feel I need to reinvent the wheel unless I really, really want to. So the resources are there, so use them. This birth chart, again, I got from Zendout, and I have to fill in all that good stuff. And if you've never done one of these too, there's some good information when you print the chart from Zendout about how to fill it out. So if you haven't done one before, this is the wheel of the year. So these are all the different seasons, right? So what I have here are, the element that this particular season is tied to, what is the chakra is related to, and then basically some journal prompts to answer during the different seasons. So Yule was from the 21st to the 1st, and I have some stuff written in my other journal that I'll just transfer over here. But for all the upcoming seasons, and Bulk, Astara, Beltane, Lithia, I can't never pronounce that one, and Maban and Samhain, which is like right around Halloween. So again, it's just different seasons, this very cyclical seasons that we go through. And a part of channeling some big goddess energy this year is paying more attention and being more mindful of the different seasons and all that good stuff. All right, so this page I jacked it up because I messed up right here, and I put some white out and it keeps sticking. But anyway, again, those are just some moon phases. And those are the dates for those 4 major phases for this year. So from January all the way down to December, right through the year, when the new moons are first quarter, full moon, third quarter. So for January, new moon coming up on the 5th, full moon coming up on the 21st. And there are different rituals and stuff for these different phases. And I have some moon phases cards here. These I got from Zendout as well. You can just print them out, and some people print them and then they print like the pattern on the back, so they're more like oracle cards. But I just like to have them here, and they're in the order, right? So the phases are in the order. I have them pasted in here, how they would particularly be from the new straight down to the waning crescent. All right, and it just has some themes for that particular phase of the moon. What are some actions? And then you have some optional things that you can do during those different phases. I did a New Year spread. I don't even know if I posted that video yet. I have a video for you guys on this journal here, the 2019 Biddy Tarot Planner. And planner is somewhat of a misnomer because it's actually more like a workbook than a planner. The only space you have to do any planning is right here, which is not gonna be enough for me. So I do plan to do a special little thing with this one. So you have to watch that video when I post it, because I don't think I posted it yet. But this New Year spread I got from the Biddy Tarot. So what I am going to be doing is, because the format is pretty straightforward and the same throughout, I just basically took the format from here and put it in a journal. So this New Year spread, I pulled these tarot cards this morning, and then they're related to all these different things, 12 different things as it relates to the new year. So I need to plug in this information from the spread I did this morning. I left some space for some additional insights. And then the card of the year, right? If you're into numerology, when you add up all these numbers, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 12, and then the 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, which in the tarot, the third card is the Empress. And technically this one is a High Priestess, but I still love her anyway, so I put her here. So these are just some Empress cards that I printed. I'm like, if I had like full decks with these types of images, I'd be so happy. But most of the decks out there, I'm just not really interested in. But I love these particular images. So if you need to put stuff in your journal and you need to find some imagery that resonates with you, just go to Pinterest and print those stuff out. Then January, I'm going to pull a card. Well, I pulled a card already for January, so I need to put the insights here. What are the new moon intentions for January? What are the full moon achievements for January? And I like this image of Isis because it looks very moony, right? And this is basically the spread from Biddy Tarot as well. So basically you pull a card each week at the what is wrong with me? The beginning of each week, and then what are the insights and any type of actions that you need to take for that particular card. So that is what is going to happen there. The Lunar Abundance printout I got from Ezzy Spencer as well. So it's just basically a reflection on how you feel during each of the different moon phases. And this is a moon and menstrual cycle tracker. And here's the deal, like when I was younger, right, much younger, I used to every month you kind of plot out, all right, my period came today, it's coming in 28 days or whatever the situation is. I used to always put that on a calendar. And at some point in my life I realized that it is like clockwork. Like my period is never off. It has never been off in my entire life. It's always on time, go for exactly how long it's supposed to go for, and come right back around. The only time my period was off was when I was pregnant. And so I stopped checking the dates. I stopped putting the dates. I stopped paying attention to, oh, it's this particular time, and it came during a full moon or during a new moon or whatever the situation is. So I just basically went off of how I felt and my intuition, and that is how I know my period is coming. Literally, I just feel it in my body. It's like, okay, I feel that I'm ovulating now, and okay, I know it's coming soon. So I'm going to pay more attention, like I used to when I was younger. So that's what this is here for, a moon and menstrual cycle tracker. And this is from Ezzy Spencer too, as well. You can print that on her website, from her website. And then at the end of the month, this is from Biddy Tarot. Again, the planner is a manifestation spread, and then, you know, what are the insights and any reflection or actions that you need to take, and, you know, what might I experience over the next 2 months, which is gonna be February and March. I don't know what, I just made a mistake right here, so I'll figure something out. And then I got to this page and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't put any of my chakra stuff in here. So that's just a breakdown of the chakra system. And then clearly you see I made some mistakes right here, right? But whatevs. These are just some affirmations up top, right, for the different chakras. And then these are the tarot cards related to the different chakras. And then these are the essential oils that are good, you know, if you're working on a different area. So that is what's happening here. And then this is a chakra spread, right, for a chakra reading. And then I love this little image too, right? It looks like a goddess, and then, you know, she has all the different chakras there. And that is pretty much it. So here's the deal, and y'all can probably help me out with this, because I am so, like, I've been beating my head over it for a hot minute. So you see everything I have in this one already, right? This is my tarot journal that I closed the year out with, so it has all types of stuff in there. And normally, you know, I have a daily spread, so it's like, what's my overall outlook for the day, what crosses my path, yesterday's unfinished business, and upcoming goals and objectives. And then here, you know, I put any kind of reflection at the end of the day. So I have this much space left in it for January. So I'm like, do I now transfer the daily stuff to here and just start it fresh, or do I finish up January in here and just any random notes that I need to put? So I don't know. So what do you think? I can finish up January in here, or I can just start fresh in here. So let me know. So that, gentle people, is it. This is the more esoteric, mystical stuff, and this journal has 368 pages, which I absolutely dig. And then this is just a regular day-to-day human-ish goes in here. So I hope you found that helpful. Again, as always, thank you for your time, your energy, your presence. I appreciate you. And definitely let me know what you think about that journal situation. And if you have any questions, let me know. Happy New Year. Peace.